My toddler has an imaginary friend. I think it's teaching him to do things. My son, Leo, is 3. He's a sweet, happy kid, and like a lot of kids his age, he recently developed an imaginary friend. He calls him Mr. Stripes. At first, my wife, Clara, and I thought it was adorable. Leo would sit in his room, chattering away to an empty corner. He'd leave a space for Mr. Stripes at his little play table and share his animal crackers. Standard stuff. But then things started to get a little weird. It began with the games they'd play. One afternoon, I walked into the living room to find every single cushion from the couch piled in a perfect, towering stack in the center of the room. It was surprisingly stable, like an art installation. Leo was sitting on the floor, clapping his hands. "Mr. Stripes is a good builder," he told me, beaming. I was more impressed than anything. I couldn't have stacked them that neatly. I just chuckled, disassembled the cushion tower, and didn't think much of it. A week later, it was the whispering. I put Leo to bed, and as I was walking down the hall, I heard him talking. I peeked back into his room. He was standing on his bed, facing the wall, whispering excitedly. It wasn't his usual babble. It was a fast, rhythmic, and repetitive string of sounds. It didn't sound like English, or any language for that matter. It sounded like he was mimicking something. The hair on my arms stood up. I went in and asked him what he was doing. He turned to me, his eyes wide and serious. "Mr. Stripes is teaching me the quiet words," he said, and then lay down and went to sleep as if nothing had happened. The quiet words became a regular thing. I'd hear him muttering them under his breath while he played. The sound is grating, like dry leaves skittering across pavement, and it makes my teeth ache. Clara thinks I'm overreacting. "He's just a creative kid with a big imagination," she says. She doesn't hear it the way I do. The real fear started last night. Around 2 a.m., I woke up to a strange clicking sound from the kitchen. I figured it was just the ice maker, but it was persistent. I got out of bed and went to check. Every single cabinet and drawer in the kitchen was open. Every single one. They were all pulled out to the exact same distance, creating a perfect, uniform grid of gaping mouths in the darkness. On the floor, in the center of the room, sat Leo. He was holding 2 spoons, rhythmically tapping them together. Click, click, click. My blood ran cold. "Leo, what are you doing?" I whispered, my voice shaking. He didn't look at me. He just kept his eyes fixed on the pantry door. "We're waiting," he said, his voice a flat monotone. "Mr. Stripes is hungry." I stood there, frozen, for what felt like an eternity. The house was dead silent, except for the clicking of the spoons and the hum of the refrigerator. I stared at the pantry door, my heart pounding in my chest, absolutely terrified of what would happen if it opened. I felt a primal, instinctual dread that told me I was in the presence of a predator.